He's noted how the success of Coldplay reflects India's capacity in holding these world-class events and concerts. I mean, Coldplay's capacity and attendance was over 130,000 people in Ahmedabad. What do you make of this big statement by the PM, Andre, given the fact that your company Wizcraft has organized some of the biggest events and concerts in India earlier?
First of all, thank you so much for getting me on the show, and I definitely want to thank our Honorable Prime Minister for at least acknowledging the business that has been going on for decades, and I think the time has come where we can see live entertainment, shining. Coming back to live entertainment and concerts, yes, we were the first people to bring in Michael Jackson to India in '96 at that time. And, the biggest issue we face in India is infrastructure, but we kind of live with what we have. And when we bought Michael Jackson, we done it in India. We were over 30,000 people there. And of course, recently, 2016, we did the Global Citizen Festival, where we had Coldplay, Chris Martin, Jay-Z, and Demi Lovato, and of course, a bunch of whole Indian artists, where we had over 86,000 people. But that was more, call for action for a cause, where we gave out close to about 55,000 tickets free. And to see Coldplay come back and to see this whole business grow. And this is happening phenomenally across the world with Taylor Swift, with Ed Sheeran, with, of course, Coldplay, and our very own artists, Daljit and Arijit and A.R. Rahman, which we've been part of shows in India where we've had more than 40,000 people. So I think we've all woken up to live entertainment beyond cinema. And I think what we need to get, from the government, and I'm so happy our Prime Minister has said this today because we're excited, is that we need to get, kind of more infrastructure and safety for people coming in and out.
Absolutely. In fact, the Prime Minister has urged state governments, Andre, and the private sector as well to focus on the necessary infrastructure to augment the concert economy. Now, we're all, of course, working towards increasing, India's GDP and making us, of course, amongst the world's third largest economy. But we need for that also to implement the necessary infrastructure, as you were just saying. He's called on state governments and, private players to do this. How earnestly should they do this, and how much will this help concert infrastructure and also live events? I mean, we're seeing the Mahakumbh as well take place in Prayagraj. That is also such a huge event. The largest congregation of its kind, of a spiritual gathering, and it's happening so seamlessly in Uttar Pradesh.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant as to what we are seeing there. There's a lot of festivals coming in into India. There are a lot of concerts coming into India, and actually concerts are changing the format of actually tourism. Like what we do when we travel with IIFA to different countries, across the world, we sell them, that Asians and Indians travel around the world. But what we are seeing now with concerts and festivals coming in, like for example, Sunburn and a lot of other festivals that have taken place here, that actually boosted the state's economy, if you look at it from that perspective. And the only thing what has happened now, that we got an international star like Coldplay that has done these 5 shows, and over these 5 shows maybe we sold probably 300,000-400,000 tickets.
Yes.
That now we all kind of waking up to the fact that the state also benefits in terms of rooms, flights, food, drinks, and that really builds it. And that's what people abroad have been doing for many, many years.
Absolutely. Could we also hope, for people to perhaps begin flying to India? Of course, they fly to India for tourism, for hotel, but to enjoy big hotels and luxurious hotels for tourism. But could we maybe look at, concert tourism and this live event tourism also. There are so many Indians who fly to Europe to attend big concerts. Many, in fact, who couldn't get tickets for the Indian concerts of Coldplay actually went to Abu Dhabi recently. Could we hope, for a reversal of that, perhaps in the future, if we organize big events of the kind that we did in Ahmedabad? I mean, phenomenal visuals came in from Ahmedabad that the Prime Minister also referred to of Coldplay. Perhaps we can get people from abroad, to begin with Southeast Asia and closer countries coming here. You're also organizing the IIFA, which normally happens abroad, in India this year, in Jaipur and Rajasthan. So perhaps we can hope for this live event concert tourism to rise?
Yeah, I think we are celebrating our 25 years and the Rajasthan government got in touch with us, said, why don't you host it in Jaipur? And we were extremely happy because it's a homegrown IP out of India to the world. And we said, what better than actually hosting our 25 years in Jaipur? And, we are looking at over 50,000 people attending over 2-3 days. So one is that the governments are looking at, investing in projects like this to bring it in, because the moment you have 50-60,000 people over in your city, everything just keeps, booming, in terms of the tourism part of it.
Yes.
And also the visibility of the world, because of course, we are a television event, social media is very powerful. So I think I'm extremely happy that states are looking at, bringing in projects like this. I also heard that the UP government is bringing the GP back to India, right? And they want to, have it at the boot circuit, where you're talking about, again, over 2 days, maybe probably 2 lakh people coming in there. Mm-hmm. So, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so again, if you look at the UP government and the Chief Minister investing in bringing in the formula, the GP, I think we're going to see more states now wanting to do and bringing in more festivals and actually welcoming our homegrown festivals that we are building in here.
What more though needs to be done for this? Because as you're saying, it has its ramifications, on the economy, on of course, states stand to benefit, hotels stand to benefit, local shopping, shops stand to benefit, restaurants stand to benefit by, of course, this inflow that will come in. But what more is needed?
I think from my perspective, I know you have, other people on the panel. I think I think the government got to do is first build infrastructure, because everything is about an experience. Like you said, people went to Abu Dhabi or people went to London to see Taylor Swift or Coldplay. I think what is important is to, and the same thing with Daljit. So I think what we need to do is either we have such great stadiums across the country, if it could be a private partnership to come in, build it, or build more infrastructure, more arenas in India. I think that'll be good, because ultimately, if we want to build international standards, the experience for a consumer,
yes.
because even for the Coldplay, tickets were not as cheap as it should be, and if you want an experience, I think it starts from there. And that's
right.
what I think states will start doing.
Yeah, you just spoke about sunburn.